jelly, fruit, cream cheese, and sponge cake. This is the cake we are making today. A layered sponge cake with cheesecake layers and sliced fruit, wrapped in a casing of fruit and jelly. How well do you think a non-chef can pull off this recipe? Will we succeed? Or will we be left with a chaotic, lumpy, horrific cake that we had hoped to be jelly fruit cake? Hey, my name is Laura. I review the internet's recipes to see if they are actually any good and if they can be achieved by us mere non-chefs. And today we're making this cake by Boone Bakes. I feel I have unintentionally prepared myself for this moment. With humble beginnings with the Emerald Lake cake, to strawberries trapped in a jelly cheesecake, and now this. Slightly terrified, but also very enthusiastic to try this recipe that YouTube themselves recommended to me. They know me so well. Hoping to put into practice all the things I have previously learned from my other similar type cake videos, and finally accomplish a dessert that is just like the original. Let us combine our not a chef energies to create this cake. Now we've got a lot of work to do today. A lot, so much. So let's not waste any more time. Laura's not a chef, all things food. Laura Danielle art for all things art. If you like food videos, review videos, and so on being chaotic, idiotic, and silly at times, please consider subscribing. Now, let's go to the ingredients. So here we have all the ingredients we need to make our delicious jelly fruit cheesecake madness. Righty-ho, let's see the first thing we gotta do with this recipe. Okay, so I got a bowl, 3 eggs, okay, 75 grams of sugar and a pinch of salt. Then the vanilla and the honey. Honey, whoa. Okay, now we're gonna mix well so that the sugar does not clump. And apparently we put hot water in and mix it until it's a certain temperature. I'll have a thermometer. So we're gonna do this by eye. Luckily the hot water in my tap is dangerously hot. So I'm just gonna mix this until it looks similar, which is quite light and foamy. Next! Oh no! Supposed to keep that hot water. I'm just gonna microwave it. We just need it warm. So, oh, bad. That came out way hotter than expected. Whoopsie daisy. And then we get out the mixer. The mixer. Oh wait, if we're baking this. Uh-oh. Oh my. I wasn't supposed to put them in yet, the milk and the butter. I wonder what will happen if I just mix it all together. I've already screwed it up now, so might as well just mix it and see what happens. Okay, no, this isn't doing what we need it to do. We need it to be thick. Okay, let me redo this, and I will be back when we go back to whisking it. Be right back. Okay, so we are all finally caught up. So I have already mixed the batter on high and then mixed the batter on low. And honestly, it took a lot longer than I thought. So if you're making this and you're thinking, this is taking forever, it does. It takes a long time. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's taken over 10 minutes just to whisk this all together. Probably like 15 or 20 minutes. I don't know if that's normal, but that's how long it took me. Oh, and minus the butter and the milk, which is cold. Oh, you're just being dramatic. So, let's add the milk. Where's my whisk? Oh, here it is. And we're just mixing it in, it seems. Who knew making a bloody sponge cake would be this difficult? It says divide the flour twice and add. Divide it in half. What were we doing? I can't remember. Until it's well combined. And then we add the remaining flour. spatula. Butter temperature. I don't know what my temperature is. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Okay, and then we're adding this. We have finished with the batter. We have succeeded. Seemingly succeeded, I should say. Yes. Now, we put it in a cake tin. Cake tin! And I already preheated my oven to 170. Ooh, and then we turn it down to 160. I've kind of encountered a problem. I made this DIY with Laura 15 centimeters one when I did the strawberry cake. But a problem has arisen. I don't think this can go in the oven. I'm afraid it might melt because it says keep away from fire. I don't want to risk it. I think I'm gonna put it in this instead. It looks dirty, but this is, it's ingrained on, it doesn't come off. The only difference is that it will be flatter and not as high. Let's add this mixture to, and batter, batter, batter. And then we do this weird squiggly thing like this, and then in the oven for 30 to 30 minutes, and then leave to cool till it reaches room temperature. So I'll see you back here when it's cooled down. Cooking time! Alright friends, hello. So I finally finished the sponge cake. The sponge cake that the recipe requires. It came out extremely flat. Usually sponge cakes rise, and it came out so flat. And also it was really dense, so obviously I didn't do something right. For the life of me, I don't know what I did wrong. I don't know these things. I'm not a chef. There's so much more to do on this recipe that I didn't want to give up. So I ended up making another sponge cake, and I'll actually list this one down below because it was a lot easier to make, and it basically used the same ingredients as well, which was really interesting, and I just halved it because that was for 2 cakes. But now we get to move on to the next part, which is the cream cheese filling. I'm gonna get my big bowl back out. Oh! I'm just gonna whip up some cream. Where's the cream? Okay, I'm back. I was just gathering the rest of the ingredients and whipping up some cream. Anyway, let's smoosh up this cream cheese. Okay, this looks adequately smooshed. Right, and now we add the yogurt. And once that's combined, we add the sugar. We want to make sure the sugar's nice and mixed in and not super granulated. Kind of melts into the mixture like lava. Lemon juice, vanilla extract. Smoosh this together. When I did the brownie recipe, I actually forked out and got some proper vanilla paste because it was on sale. And now every time I bake something, it's got all those lovely speckles of vanilla in it. Makes me feel so fancy. Delicious. All right, what is next? Need to add water. Water to my gelatin. 2 tablespoons and 1 teaspoon. Whisking time. I just microwave the gelatin. Yay me. Mix, mix, mix. Mixy mix. My gelatin mixtures always make my batter lumpy. Why? Tell me why. Perhaps if I use this device. Now we add our cream, whipped 50%. That looks good. I'm proud of myself. That looks okay. We're okay with this. Nom 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 nom. Fruit time. Turn around. Might need another kiwi. Okay, so Boone is putting back in the cake tin, but because of my cake tin, tis molded. I don't think I have one this size. So let us just do it. Freestyle. Freestyle, yeah. Bottom layer first. think I went a bit mad on this cream cheese full of freshness. Boone's one is all down the sides, and I don't know why. I'm gonna just try and replicate a similar thing. I mean, I think I'm doing a pretty good job so far. I mean, it looks pretty horrific, but I bet it tastes delicious. Okay, it looks very rustic. It looks very not a chef-like. But what do we expect from this channel? Perfection? I think not. To the fridge. And I need some more. See you in 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. Haha. We are back. It's been 3 hours. It's now. So this next part is a part that I am just a tad concerned about, because this is the part where Boone sticks all the fruits on the outside. And that's not a knife. I'm concerned that it won't stick, because mine isn't nearly as coated. The comparisons are impeccable. It's sticking pretty well so far. I don't want to speak too soon. I'm surprised how well it's sticking. I have to admit, I was not expecting it to do so. If I invented this cake, I wouldn't have even thought about doing this, because I would assume it wouldn't stick. Well, the joke's on me. Ha ha ha. Alright. Alright, alright. I think that's the best I can do. This is just to keep the fruit in place. I'm gonna get some tape. Ow. Alright, so I'm gonna put this in the fridge for half an hour, but I'll be back in 15 minutes to do the gelatin part. See you soon. We're nearly there. Gelatin part. So we add the gelatin, and then we add the water. So we're just gonna leave that for 15 to 20 minutes, and when that's finished, it's cake time. Cake time! Okay, so now that it's been 30 minutes, let us continue. You all stuck on there? Having a great time? I want to get this cake into here, but I don't know how to do it. This is a lot of pressure. I didn't think about this beforehand. Ha! Ha! Gotcha. Next, have this baking paper. I don't want it to leak, is all. Okay. This underneath too, just for safe keeping. Jelly stay. All right, so what do we do? Hot water. Gelatin chunks in here. Then I add the sugar and the lemon juice. Now's the big moment. The part we've all been waiting for. The part I get the most nervous about. We're gonna add this jelly. I hope this works out okay. Alright. No! This looks pretty terrible. All the fruit is floating. Ain't nothing we can do about it now, so let's just put it in the fridge. Okay, fridge. Well, I guess I'll see you in 3 hours. Serving time! Alrighty, friends. 'Tis a wee bit later, and now we have the wonderful task of seeing what disaster I created. Yeah! Oh no. Oh god. I think it's safe to assume that all the jelly left the building. Okay. It appears we have a leakage problem every time we do these jelly recipes. Damn you, jelly. Gotta play. Goodness gracious. Okay. I tried my best to make sure that it wouldn't leak through, but that's That was a disaster. Some jelly on the floor. Let's just, I don't know. That looks yummy. Alright, so let's try this fruit sponge cake. I was actually just meant to take a bite of it and then leave the rest, but for later. But that was really delicious actually. So even though the jelly did not work out at all, the inner cake itself was very nice. Would I recommend you non-chefs to make this recipe? No. The recipe was quite difficult. Even the sponge cake was really difficult to make. It was very complicated. All those temperatures and stuff. Maybe if you are a professional baker and don't consider yourself not a chef, then you can give this a go as a challenge, or maybe you'll find it easy. This cost me $50 and I already had a lot of ingredients. Like I already had the sugar and the flour and the eggs and the gelatin, that being a big cost. And it isn't any shade to Boone Bakes, because obviously Boone is a very talented baker and can produce very beautiful cakes. And I unfortunately do not have the skills, even when I am guided visually and verbally through the process. I think next week will be a cheap week for these recipe reviews. And I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a lot. It was a lot this week. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye!